announcements and conclusive remarks. So let's continue with personal wins. So let me start. And so my personal win, we had a game. I'm a graduating class this year, so we had a game with the electrical teams. So we won. Yeah, I think that was one of my personal wins. Yeah, so I think that's enough. And let me nominate someone, and we can continue to. Okay, let me nominate Kainbon. If you are hearing me.
Okay, thank you, Zaman. Okay, my
Is
personal
it
win
on
for
my
this
side
week.
or it's not audible?
Okay, am I not audible? Am I audible? Okay, I think it's from your end, Zaman. So, okay, so for me, for this week, like I'm not that good at my at like finance related thing. Like I'm not good. I'm not a good saver, or I'm not good on my finance. So I built a Telegram bot where I can log every expense I make, and it logs on Google Sheet, and it also has uh, like a dashboard like thing where I can see where my most of my money goes, and how much I saved from the last week, something like that. So I built that. It's really useful for me. So I would consider that as a win. So for next, I would like to nominate Fikra Selasi.
Okay, thanks. Hello, everyone. This week I didn't do much, but I started watching movies again after a 1 year break. So I started with my childhood memories and I watched Harry Potter, two movies, and that is my win this week. For the next person, I would like to nominate. Um, all right, okay, Ashanaf.
Okay, thank you, Fikra. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, thank you. This week, my personal wins. Actually, my all personal products goes well. That's actually good for me. I think that was my personal wins. Maybe I will nominate Abnet.
Okay, thank you, Abshanavi. Yes. And let me turn. Okay, so for my win for the week, I'd say I was not feeling well, honestly. It's been a very hard week for me, and now I'm feeling better. I'll take that as a win. And one more thing as well. I mean, there was this VS Code extension that I built some months ago, and this week it reached 1,000 installs. So yeah, that's also one of my wins. Uh, Let me nominate. Yeah, thank you. Ayub Taklu.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. So my personal win was actually I was reading a book which is called The Power of Now. So it was interesting, and I would recommend to if anyone wants to, by Cartole. I think I have to nominate. So my next nomination would be Fikra Selasi if he's not give his personal win.
I think Fikra Selassie had already presented his personal win. So could you please nominate someone else?
Okay, if Emre is not give his personal win, I would nominate Emre.
Great. This one?
Sure. Thank you very much, team. So my personal win for the week. Well, first of all, team, my physical therapy is going on well. So I am still not able to play football or run, but I am in the progress. I'm in the process. So now I am able to bend my knee about 105 degrees. So it is an improvement from 90 degrees, but it still has a way to go because as you see, I can bend my right one a lot more than the left one. But the recovery is in progress. And besides that, on Saturday, there is an important game between Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. And I want to send my best of luck to my favorite team, Galatasaray. Hopefully, we are going to get a good win in the derby against Fenerbahce. And this would count as my personal win, maybe not just for this week, but as well as for next week. Yes. Thank you very much. All right, team. So I have some visitors. Therefore, without further ado, if it is okay with you guys, we can proceed to the organizational updates. So, team, like all day up until now, indeed, I was in action. So I didn't have a chance to update the organizational wins yet. So don't look for the presentation. But I'm going to provide verbal updates. So, number one, the good thing is we were able to secure some small financial resource to pay some of the, let's say, necessities, including part of salary for our ground operations people, as well as covering food-related, cleaning-related expenses. You know, we are struggling financially as an organization. And like this is for the reasons I have mentioned earlier, we have exhausted our budget in February. But there is one very important update. On Wednesday, we are going to have a chance to meet with Minister Paula, Minister of ICT and Innovation in Rwanda, the person through which we have been invited and brought to this country. So I really hope in that meeting we will be able to present about our progress and ask their support for the continuation of our operations. Is there any guaranteed results at the moment? I wouldn't say so. There are no guaranteed results. But is there a hope? Can we actually make things work given the urgency of the situation? I would say so. You know, I'm getting connected with different people, and we are doing our best given circumstances. So what else has been happening? Well, as you know, generative AI is creating a very huge transformation in our sector. So this is an opening of a new age. It is very different than anything else that has come as a tool into our lives, including internet, including computers. Because with generative AI, you have a form of intelligence. This can get done pretty much any digital job on your behalf, a lot faster and accurate than how much I could possibly do, you could possibly do. So in that regard, as an organization, we are looking to fit into this new world. So what moves we have made? Right now, we are moving every single A2SV developer into the generative AI world. So now our developers are testing out different tools. Whenever we have good success, we are spreading the word around other developers so that everybody can utilize these very good tools. Next, for the education. In Rwanda, we have already switched to generative AI curriculum. In Ethiopia and remote education, they are going to complete the DSA part very soon. And with the project phase, we will actually switch to generative AI curriculum. Because there is a new weapon available, which is 2000x more powerful than the previous ones we have used. This is a very big game changer, and we try to adapt into the new world as fast as possible. Of course, this is not going to be easy, but in the end, this is going to be bringing an immense productivity to all our workflows on the tech education area, as well as on the incubation area. And personally, I'm happy that we are fitting into the new world as organization. Yes. And on the incubation end, well, like we have some good news. Where is Grace? Grace, did Akil make the push actually? Is it ready or do you need more time?
We are now in review.
We are now in review. Okay, so hopefully like by Monday we can say, right? Okay, new version of Akil will be pushed by Monday. New version of AfroChat will be pushed by Monday. So like we haven't done much on the Adot end. I think it will need a little more time. And Adot, AfroChat, Akil, RateEat. A new version of RateEat web is coming very soon. Indeed, you will be able to talk with Gen AI to search, hey, I want to have a burger walking distance to A2SV Rwanda. And it is going to list you the restaurants that are serving burgers, as well as the burgers that are available in those restaurants, so you can choose what you are looking for. So item-specific querying with human language is about to be launched. Wait for Monday. SkillBridge. Now, SkillBridge content is regenerated based on Rwanda curriculum. And now we have content for every single course that are included in the different streams for S4, S5, and S6. So the contents can be viewed in the notes mode as well as in the slides mode. And that push is expected to come before Monday as well. Yes, so those are the updates I would give from the development end. And again, we are switching all these projects to Gen AI development, which I am very happy with, because we'll be able to make progress a lot faster than we have done in the past. So I am thinking anything else? Well, the Wednesday meeting is very critical for us, but this is not the only thing we are doing. We are having other conversations. We are making other connections to provide financial resources for our organization at the earliest convenience. So those efforts are going to continue taking place as well. And before finishing the organizational updates, I actually want to invite Oscar, our senior consultant, to the stage. Oscar, you know our efforts. So could you please give a bit of an information to the team in terms of funding situation? Like given the most recent updates, what do you think we are in? What do you recommend to our teammates?
To be honest, can you hear me? Sorry, I'm not familiar with this kind of. I think, sorry, do I face here?
Yes, you
okay. As you have correctly observed, this is a very critical phase in our development. Critical in the sense that when there is a shortage of funding, it is always something that is critical. But to be honest, in my view, this is also temporary on the other hand. So it depends on how perseverant we are. Perseverance, you understand? Perseverance? Yes. And also resilient. These are the very strong words. In the face of challenges, we must continue demonstrating strength of willingness. I know this is April now. April, the month of April in Rwanda is a critical month because of the genocide. We remember those who died in '94. Sometimes operations are not fast enough, especially with regard to government. So the May is a bit more active, of course, May, June. So we hope and trust, hopefully, when the minister meets you and the others next week, we're able to get a very concrete way forward. But we're still optimistic that something will come out. That's my view. I don't think I have much to say, but I'm only optimistic that given the idea, given some of the things that people in Rwanda have observed about A2SV, given the relationship we have with the higher institutions like University of Rwanda and AUKA. Is it AUKA? Everybody's talking nice things. So we hope all will go well. I know the challenges are there. This is all I can say for the moment. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, if you have any questions or points about the organizational updates and plans, please feel free to bring them. If not, thank you very much. We will be leaving now because there is a lot to plan, but I'll be back after. So please continue the meetings. Thank you. See you.
Okay, thank you, Emre, and for the organizational updates. So let's continue to our next update. So we will continue to the fundraising updates presented by Dr. Andre. I don't think Dr. Andre is in the meeting. Yeah, so yeah, let's continue to the next part. So, Ethiopian education updates presented by Nathaniel.
Okay, team. Apologies. I am going to be presenting the update. I'm Barnabas, Head of Academy for Ethiopia Education, and I will be giving the update for both first and secondary education that we have there. Okay, starting from G7 education, we started the week by giving total contest analysis for the contest that our students participated in last week. And after that, on Tuesday, we gave DFS lecture. This lecture was given right after our students took graph lecture last week on Friday, and it's a natural extension. And because the lecture was a little bit long, we were not able to complete it in a single day. So we took 2 days to complete that lecture. And yeah, on Tuesday and Wednesday, we gave that lecture, and we dedicated yesterday or Thursday for how to approach session, which are session which will help our students understand how they can approach some difficult problems on lecture that they received on that week. So we focused on graph related problems like bipartite problems, cycle detection, and etc. on our how to approach session. And today, the session was entirely dedicated for practice, for our students to help them digest everything that they have learned this week. And tomorrow, they are going to be participating on weekly contests that's going to be focusing on tree and DFS related problems. When we go to G6, database design for most of the projects is completed, and also Figma design too. And each stack team lead is also appointed. So for mobile web backend from the students is appointed, and the backend implementation for the project is currently ongoing. When we go to our plans for G7 education, we will start our week next week by giving contest analysis for the contest that they are going to take tomorrow. And after that, they will receive BFS lecture. And just like this week, they are going to be going under similar circumstances in order to understand and digest the topic pretty well. And yeah, with that, there will be how to approach section on Thursday and complete practice session on Friday. And when we come to G6 education, we will be continuing with the backend implementation, and some of the Figma designs will be reviewed. And also the 5th round of internal interview is going to be conducted, and mobile and web implementation are going to be started. So this is all the updates and plans that we have from Ethiopia's education side. If you guys have any question or suggestion, feel free to mention it, and I will be there to respond.
So thank you, Barnabas. So we will continue to the next one. Remote education updates presented by now.
All right. Thank you, Damane. So I'll be providing updates for both G6 and G7 remote education. So yeah, to get us started, we will go over first G6 remote education updates. So yesterday we managed to have our MVP demo session, and all of our 4 teams managed to present their works. We managed to invite guests to assess the project. We also invited Emory, and Emory also brought along students from Rwanda to participate in the session as well. So it was an interactive session. So that basically brought us to the end of the project phase for G6. And yeah, that is the update that we have on G6 side. When we moved to G7, we started the week off with our usual constant analysis and uploading session on Monday, and we managed to give the lecture on binary search. And an interesting session we had was our mini contest and constant analysis after that. So a mini contest, to provide a bit of context, is a smaller contest with 4 problems and 1.5 hours of length. And they managed to participate in the contest in teams of 2 and 3. So that was an interesting session we managed to have this week. And we'll be having triad programming and moonwalk sessions today. So yeah, another update is we have officially kicked off the community conversion interviews. So planning was completed last week, filtering students out, preparing the sheets and the Slack groups. And this week we have started the interviews. From what I have checked last time, there are interviews that are conducted even today, maybe 2 or 3, and they will be conducting them throughout the week and next week. And the deadline for it is planned to be next week, Wednesday. And we'll be having our weekly contest on Saturday, tomorrow, as planned as well. So those are the updates. When we move to the plans for G6, we'll be now focusing more on the internal interviews. And yeah, those are the things that we'll be doing. We will have our lectures. This is for G7 on trees, part 1 and part 2, which will be delivered Tuesday and Wednesday. And we have a mock interview session. This is first mock interview session that we'll be having in remote education. So this is something that we're looking forward to. And our weekly contest. And then we are also planning to finalize the community conversion interviews and also processing the final data and deciding on the student that we'll be accepting. So those are the updates and the plans for both G6 and G7 remote education. If there are any questions, please feel free.
Okay, so I don't think there's any question. So thank you now. So we'll continue to the next part, which is core dev project. So the first one is RateEat, which will be presented by Shanafi.
Okay. Thank you, Zama. Okay, my name is Ashanafi. I will present RateEat this week wins and next week plans. I will start from wins. For the wins, we changed a Google Map to OpenStreetMaps for the mobile application, and we prepare a documentation for command CLI and code agent, AI code agent tools. I think it will help actually other A2SV products, and we set up AI work environments. That's our wins for this week. We have a plan to actually deploy application on both Play Store and App Store, and we will have actually a plan to continue injection restaurants on the database. Our current status actually we have 93 Rwandan restaurants that have actually full menus full menus and others informations, and we will have actually rated review session with Emre on mobile and web parts, and we will implement a new page for sign up and build profile and setting page on the mobile side. That's our plan for the next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashanavi, for your presentation. So next up, we'll continue with time, which will be presented by Barakat.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone, my name is Barakat. I will be presenting the wins and plans for time. So for the wins, for this week wins, we continued pushing forward on the new landing page design and implementation. We also are improving the UI consistency and resolving layouts issue along the way. And on the mobile side, we completed meaningful code refactoring and optimization of the work. And we are also strengthening our test coverage across both web and backend. And lastly, we made a good progress on the entry payment integrations, and it's moving forward to completion. So these are the wins for plans next week. Our focus is on shipping and integration. The immediate priority is finishing and polishing the landing page to get it production ready, while also continuing to address the feedback that was given by Emre across mobile, web, and backend. And we'll also be investing time on researching on how to retrieve card informations And finally, we'll also be finalizing the Zentry account setup for API access and continuing the Zentry payment in the implementation. So these are the wins and plans from Dime side. If you have any question, you can ask. If not, we can continue.
Thank you, Barakat, for your presentation. Next up, Adot, which will be presented by Kimbo.
Okay, thank you, Zaman. Again. So we did a deep medical review, and so that we also reviewed our man in the doctor's apt, and we increased our test coverage across our like for our backend by 3%, and we made a social media posts, and we started working on our web app. So as a plan for next week, we will continue making a social media post. We'll also continue on the deep medical review. We will be working on the test coverages, and also we'll do a grants like research. We'll search for a grants for Adot, and then we will add more statistics on our dashboard. We will continue working on the Adot web app, and then finally we will set up the AI work environments. So these are our win-win plans. If you guys have any question, please. If not, back to you, Zaman.
Okay, thank you, Kimbo. So next up, we'll continue with Akil, and it will be presented by Brooke.
Hey guys, so these are the wins from Akil. We implemented comprehensive I18 support across the platform. We enhanced the chatbot functionality overall and availability, introduced backend concurrency optimization for better performance, fixed chatbot issue causing failure on second message, add auto prefill for application forms using profile data, increase coverage of deep translation for multiple languages, improve the PDF resume parsing ability, and created optimized opportunity ingestion pipeline and optimized UI UX and responsiveness across devices. So these were our wins, and for plans next week, we want to audit and reconcile any conflicts from divergent branches and development, perform optimization for new filtering logic, review changes for infrastructure leakage and technical debt, and deploy the latest versions on all platforms. This were from Team Akil. If you have any questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Brooke. And next up, it's Eskalate. It will be presented by Joshua.
Right. For Eskalate, we're able to build a solution for a website for EcoFlint solution. And we're also able to research about different AI models to use on our terminal to make work easier and faster. And also we started a post for generative AI on our platform, but the post is not yet out. Hopefully we'll complete that by next week. And for next week plan, we plan on researching more about new AI models we can use to make our work much more easier. And also for the EcoFlint solution, we plan on including a feature of tracking vehicles. So let's assume for EcoFlint, vehicle moves from point A to point B. We want to be able to track that vehicle at an instant in time. If you have any question, you can ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua, for the presentation. Next up, it is SkillBridge, and it will be presented by Joshua. Okay, so sorry if I misspelled your name.
Yeah, it's okay. Jose Bate. This week for SkillBridge, our wins are we did end-to-end localization implementation for Kenya Rwanda for the web student portal. We did finalize the exam feature implementation for the website for the student portal as well. We also gather requirements from Emory for the teachers portal, which we start next week. We also fix the API endpoint for the custom contest and the get contest objects for Ethiopian students. It was returning no data. We had to fix it, and now it's working. And then also analyze the plan for the current sprint. Now, for next week, we will begin the implementation of the front end and the back end for teachers portal, or implementing the login, registration, onboarding, teachers profile, and school search and implementation for the teachers. We also do the SkillBridge product improvement, quality assurance test, and we finally do the reviews of the students' web portal with Emory next week. That's all for us this week and the plan for next week. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation. So next up, we will continue with PrepPro. So it will be presented by Solo.
Hello everyone. So this week we worked on improving some UI inconsistencies which were on the mobile app. We also integrated the lesson deletion endpoint. This as well is on the mobile side, and also on the front end or on the web side, we have worked on cleaning up the code base and documenting each and everything. And also we have created a comprehensive social media plan so that we can start interacting in social media. And also we have revised the resources sent from our clients for better use on our platform. And also the next week plans. We plan to continue with the integration tasks. We also plan to optimize performance for the backend and enhance efficiency issues, and also create a LinkedIn account and begin interacting with posters. And also we plan to create a lesson template inspired documents provided by our clients. So these were some of our achievements in plan. If you guys have any question, you can raise them.
Okay, thank you, Solomi. So next up, it's IMCI, and it's presented by Abigail.
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yeah.
This week's transfer, we addressed the follow-up issue on the backend. We optimized the monthly record system. We have integrated the monthly records on the mobile and initiated the integration of assessment on the website. And our plans next week are conduct comprehensive integration test with the mobile app to ensure seamless functionality, address the problems with patient records, integrate the remaining signing and logging authentication methods, and focus on the assessment integration. So if you guys have any questions, please ask. Or else, thank you.
Thank you, Abigail, for your presentation. Next up, it's HakimHub, and it will be presented by Aschar.
Hello everyone. I'll be presenting HakimHub's wins and plans. Last time we were working on populating the realistic data into the new database, and we have completed that. And we've also completed web payment integration for our web, and our mobile team are working on that. They're integrating the payment functionality into the mobile, and we also